Hello, listeners. Once you're done catching up with everything Intrepid Audio Productions has to offer, check out some other great independent podcast shows like the Knights of the Video Game Table podcast. Jeremy, Patrick, and Frank do great work, and it's worth your time to check them out. They're part of the Nerdgasm Network, where you can find other cool shows, including the Super Budget Brothers, the Nerdgasm Network video game podcast, and all other shows, which can be found at extraplay.info. Give them a listen, because good, honest work can be hard to find.
Hi, this is Ben Lloyd Holmes from the film The Expedition, which is currently fundraising on Indiegogo.com. You can find out more about us and our film on Twitter at Expedition Movie. You're now listening to Lag Free by Matt Cain.
Marl fiber. I invented marl fiber.
And here we...
Now here's a whiny know-it-all who sounds just like he looks.
Why, thank you, Senator.
Quit calling me that. Anyway, if Strongside was a radio host, he'd sound like this.
Hey, it's the Deathly Pallor coming at you on number 902 WA3D-FM, The Stirred. Coming up next, we got some hot new tracks from Triple Who, Blabby Who.
Don't you ever make me do that again.
Welcome back to Lag Free here on IAP Podcast. This is Matt.
And this is Matt.
Yes, full boat show. Both here, so get used to it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Well, I decided to make my week a little bit interesting. Started Uncharted 3, and yes, and actually, you can take my word for it, literally just started it. I got through the first chapter and was called away for something else. Yeah, at least the dust is off the PS3. I've decided on the next thing I'm going to play. But really, it's Uncharted. What else can you say right now?
Yeah.
I have very high expectations. I love the meld between cinema and gaming. And Naughty Dog knocks it out of the park. I know you could take this to this is a 2011 show, normally going back to taking a break from our 2009 episodes, but it's Naughty Dog circa 2011, fantastic game, and yeah, it's okay, just the first chapter of it, I know that, but I also have very high expectations from everyone that has played it and decided to share that. So, I started that, and as far as other things are concerned, I decided to buy Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time digitally through the 3DS store, and it's a very, very nice game. They do everything right as opposed as far as bringing everything back from the original original version of it, but cleaning it up and doing a very, very good job of doing it, giving a slight few new animations here, there, just putting a nice coat of modern semi HD graphics with it. I mean, I don't know specifically the tech specs of the 3DS XL's screen, but it looks beautiful and it's very fun to play. Nintendo 64 games could transition very, very well to the 3DS if they really wanted it. I'd love to see if they redid Super Mario 64 and gave it a nice fine polish on it, or heck, even give Sunshine another shot, even though Sunshine does a good job of shooting itself in the foot, from what I remember. So
it's not that bad of a game.
No, it's not.
Not
but
that
I know
good of a game either.
Exactly. That started it's another Mario game. It kind of really started that whole process, but mindset for gamers, like, oh wait, yeah, this is kind of just a nice version for the GameCube, and they never really got the GameCube off the ground, even though I really, really did enjoy the GameCube and was an early adopter, day one adopter for it.
Yeah, and I enjoy it as well, and in fact, it's one of 3 systems hooked up to my TV out of my game room, so.
Very nice. Very nice. But going through that, I'm about to go through the Time Warp, as for all of you that know, with the Master Sword, and as well as the Rocky Horror Picture Show. But really enjoying it, kind of a nice mindless break, but also trying to get back into Pokemon Black 2. There's a few side quests that I'd really like to finish up and kind of spend some time in before X and Y come out. I really liked the story and the things that they did in Black 2, and it sadly 2 years just isn't seemingly 1 year really isn't enough for it. I'd say, but Nintendo has decided to go the annual installment of it, or 18-month installments of it. But in this case, annual. I think Black did have 2 years though, or at least a year and a half, I think. But either way, can't really get enough Pokemon. But there's so much I'd love to do in so little time to do it. But go ahead. What have you been up to?
Oh, good lord. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks since I've been on. Last week you had a solo show and all that good kind of junk. I had a family emergency. I got called away to. That as they say, is that. Won't go into that too much. Um, just been working my tail off at work. Decided to take today and next Monday off for my wife and I's first anniversary, which will be
Congrats.
Thank you, which will be Sunday. And Thursday wasn't a good day, and it was about let's see here, it must have been about noon, and we get a truck, semi truck, pull up to our dock. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they decided they wanted to drop off a whole pallet of books.
Huh.
This pallet is stacked, shoulder high.
Yeah.
And while we're unloading that and signing for that, when it rains, it pours. Here comes another truck from another vendor with another pallet of books, again stacked shoulder high. So we brought in Thursday afternoon probably about 5,000 to 7,000 books, and I'm so happy because, well, I don't think anybody that I work with listens to this, so I think I'm safe. I don't have to deal with any of that because I didn't work today.
Excellent.
I don't work Monday. It's going to be wonderful,
Yeah.
And we had a computer malfunction on Monday, so functions that are usually done Saturday or Sunday into Monday did not run, which means that business is going to be heavier than normal tomorrow anyway, or Monday anyway. So, yeah, I get to miss both of those days. It's so wonderful. And to any of the listeners, I'm sure that you've had a situation like that yourself, and you can appreciate my situation right now. It's not sitting back on a beach sipping margaritas, but
take what you can get.
Right. It's let's see here, 2.5 hours, and I'm not driving either day, so.
Yeah, save on that gas.
Yeah. But other than that, game-wise, I've been playing a lot of the Prince of Persia HD remake of Sands of Time, or HD reimagining, or whatever you want to call it.
All right, and how are you liking it?
The game I actually like. The puzzles are so far not too hard, but the only thing about the game that I'm hating is that stupid camera. I mean, yeah, you can move it around, this, that, and the other. That ain't the problem. It's just like anybody that's played any of the Prince of Persia games knows how critical your jumping is. Well, when you go to make a jump, and then automatically the camera decides that it wants to switch positions.
Oh.
And, you're trying to, grab a ledge or something, and it automatically switches, which makes you want to move your character to kind of move with the camera. And then, you fall down a cliff or a ravine, or, fall 1,000 feet to your death.
Right. Gosh.
And that's after you've already used all, 5 or 6 of your quote-unquote rewinds. And that's why they put them in there, because they knew that their camera was janky. I bet you that's why they did that. They're like, we'll just put this in there. Sands of Time, rewind time. Maybe maybe they won't realize that our camera sucks. You know, that, that's just me. But all in all, fun game when I'm not throwing the controller because of camera angles changing mid jump. I went to play some Call of Duty on the Vita. Yes, there is a Call of Duty on the Vita.
I am so sorry.
Actually, the multiplayer is decent on it.
Okay.
It's not bad at all. I went to load that up and play it the other night. Finally brought it back out the box since the move, all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. I turn it on, it's fully charged. I'm like, hell yeah, and I go to move my screen to where Call of Duty is installed, and it says, please insert HD card with Call of Duty Black Ops. I'm like, oh no. So I flipped the little lid on the on the top and realized that yeah, before I packed it up, I took all the game, took the game out and put it back in its case, and I've yet to find those.
Oh.
So I ended up,
yeah,
I ended up playing a couple of rounds of Pinball Arcade and then Zen Pinball on the Vita, and then that's fun. It always is fun. In fact, I think it probably plays better on the Vita than it does on the PS3. I don't know if it's because the R1L1 on the Vita seemed to work better for me than the R1L1 on the DualShock.
Okay.
Because of course that's what controls your flippers and such. So, and it's just I don't know, it just handles a little bit differently, and I like the way that it handles more on the Vita than on the PS3. Let's see here on TV. What have we been watching? Because I don't usually get to pick shows. Breaking Bad came back last Sunday night. Thank God. I've been waiting for that for about a year.
I have yet to hop on that bandwagon. I know there's a couple of shows that I need to.
Dude. You need. They're all on Netflix. Okay?
Yeah. Oh, I know. Between that, Sons of Anarchy, I got enough video entertainment to last me a long, long while. So yeah.
But, that's back. Of course, like the first episode of the last season or the first half of this season or however you want to put it. The first 5 minutes of the episode was kind of a flash forward almost.
Okay.
And it makes it very interesting. Walter White driving around in some 1970s beat up lead sled on wheels, rolling around with an M60 and a couple of cans of ammo in the trunk. Yeah. I don't even know if that man could fire an M60. They call it the War Pig for a reason, okay?
Yeah.
That show is as crazy as it ever has been. Still enjoying the hell out of that. Caught a little bit of football here and there, not too awful much. Oh God, what else have we watched? Trying to not mention the crappy stuff like all the stuff she watches, but after the show tonight, we're going to be watching Despicable Me.
It's the new one or the first one?
First one.
Really, really great. I happened to see that. I think. Can't recall if it was. I think it was last year. I think it came out in 2011. I think.
I can't remember. All I know is she said she was wanting to watch the Minions. I'm like,
it's really charming.
I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, the Minions? Oh, it's an animated movie with Steve Carell. I'm like, are you talking about Despicable Me? Yeah, that's the name of it. I'm like, I think I've got it downstairs, still in the shrink wrap.
Oh, there you go. Blu-ray or DVD?
DVD.
Okay. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.